If you are 60, 70, or even 80 years old and walk less, try doing these 5 things instead. Seniors just need to do 5 simple things correctly each day. People over 60 can still live healthily, flexibly, and cheerfully as if they were 40. You don't need to try to walk far, and you don't need to do exhausting exercises. But the results will astonish even doctors. Stronger bones, a more relaxed mind, more stable blood pressure, and especially, the risk of falls and joint pain will decrease significantly after just a few weeks of applying these methods. There is one thing very few people know. Walking is not the only way to help seniors live a healthy life. In fact, older folks in their 70s and 80s, who no longer have the strength to walk much, can achieve similar results, just by performing a few small but correct actions. And the wonderful thing is, all of these have been recommended by geriatric doctors. And they can be done right at home, taking only a few minutes each day. Right now, I will share 5 simple, easy-to-do things that can replace walking, so that you don't need to leave the house, but can still maintain comprehensive health every day. The first replacement: morning sunlight, a free medicine that is stronger than any supplement. There is a startling fact that surprises many people. 80% of seniors in America are deficient in vitamin D without even knowing it. And sadly, this is the silent cause of weak bones, aching joints, trembling legs, difficulty walking, frequent leg cramps at night, and waking up with a body as heavy as if rocks were tied to your shoulders. I remember a neighbor named John, who is 74 this year. For several years, he couldn't walk even 100 yards because his knees were so weak. And his feet always had a tingling sensation, like ants crawling on them. John took prescription drugs, used pain patches, and tried whatever anyone suggested, but he didn't get better. Then one day, at a community health talk, I told him, "John, try getting up early and getting 15 minutes of sun each morning. Just be consistent, you don't need to do anything else." It sounded simple, but after 3 weeks, he came back to thank me profusely. "My legs feel so much better, I feel refreshed, and I don't wake up startled at night anymore." Why is that? Because the early morning sunlight, especially before 8 a.m., is the most powerful natural source of vitamin D. It helps the body absorb calcium better, making bones stronger, preventing osteoporosis, and reducing the risk of fractures from falls, something that people over 60 are very susceptible to. Not only that, early morning sun also helps stabilize blood pressure, improve mood, support sleep, and boost immunity. Just step out onto your porch, into your small garden, or onto your balcony. Let the gentle sunlight touch your skin. You don't need to expose your head or your whole body. Just letting the sun hit your hands, forearms, or lower legs is enough. 10 to 15 minutes each morning is absolutely wonderful. A small note: avoid sun exposure after 9 or 10 a.m., as the UV rays are much stronger by then. And remember, don't apply sunscreen and don't sit behind a glass window, because UV rays cannot penetrate glass. Just direct contact with gentle sunlight is enough. This is a simple thing, but it can change the entire cycle of vitality inside your body, from your blood circulation and nervous system to your sleep. The morning sun not only warms the skin but also warms your senior years, helping you live happily and healthily every day without needing a single pill. If you find this easy and worth a try, please leave a comment below. I will get some sun every morning. And don't forget the next point, which is even more practical. It's something familiar in your kitchen that could save your legs, which are getting weaker day by day. The second replacement: eat right for strong bones, steady legs, and a long, healthy life. There is a very common paradox among American seniors. The older they get, the more restrictive their diet becomes. They avoid all sorts of things, yet they still get sick, especially with bone and joint diseases. Knee pain, numb legs, osteoporosis, a hunched back, and fractures from falls. The problem isn't about eating a lot or a little, but about the quality of what you put into your body each day. I once met a woman named Susan, 68 years old. She was petite but suffered from chronic back pain and had difficulty walking. She told me, "I eat a very bland diet. I don't dare to eat fish, eggs, or beans because I'm afraid of high cholesterol. I mostly just drink plain tea. I felt so sorry hearing that, because it was precisely that strict avoidance that had deprived her of the nutrients that nourish bones, restore joints, and protect blood vessels. After adjusting her diet, each day adding a little canned salmon with bones, a boiled egg, some steamed tofu, and a sprinkle of roasted chia seeds. After just 1 month, she returned with a bright smile. I can go grocery shopping with more ease, and I no longer have that numbness and aching in my legs and knees. The change didn't come from medicine, but from nutrients with very simple but extremely essential names: calcium, omega-3, and magnesium. Calcium is the main building block for your skeleton. Every day you lack calcium is another day your bones become more porous. Omega-3 helps reduce joint inflammation, lubricates the joint sockets, and lessens pain and stiffness in the morning. Magnesium is like a silent worker, helping calcium get absorbed into the bones and keeping muscles flexible. You don't need to buy expensive foods. Simple things like small sardines eaten with the bones, canned salmon, chia seeds mixed into oatmeal, soy milk, kale, and spinach are all natural treasures. They help make bones strong, joints smooth, and blood thin enough to circulate easily. One small note: don't eat too much salt, because salt makes the kidneys excrete calcium more quickly. Limit deep-fried and oily foods, as bad fats will hinder the absorption of natural omega-3s. Eating right, eating enough, and eating consistently not only helps you become healthier, but also helps you live longer and with more quality of life. If you find these suggestions practical and easy to follow, please leave a comment. I will add chia seeds, tofu, and small fish to my daily meals, because it's very possible that a single, well-chosen meal today could save your legs from trembling and weakness in the next 5 or 10 years. The third replacement: stretch your arms, rotate your joints, and do gentle knee bends in place every day. Just 10 minutes a day, and your joints will no longer make cracking sounds, your limbs will be less stiff, and your mind will be clearer. Many seniors think, I can't walk anymore, so I'll just sit still to save energy. But the truth is, it's precisely when we stop moving that our muscles, joints, tendons, and ligaments stick together and shorten. And from there, pain, stiffness, shortness of breath, heaviness in the head, and dizziness arise. The body is like a river. If the water doesn't flow, it will become murky and stagnant. I once had the chance to visit an 82-year-old woman named Helen. She couldn't leave her house because of long-term knee pain. But what moved me was that, every morning, she still tried to sit up straight. Raise her 2 hands to the sky, take a deep breath, rotate her wrists and ankles in circles, and then slowly do gentle knee bends. She said in a shaky but determined voice, "If I don't exercise, my body feels like a wilted plant. After I exercise, I feel alert and healthy again." And it's true, simple movements like stretching your arms up help open the chest, increase oxygen to the brain, and stretch all the muscles of the upper body. Rotating your wrists, ankles, shoulders, and knees helps the joints secrete lubricating fluid. This prevents stiffness and increases flexibility. Gentle knee bends while holding onto something for support activate the thigh muscles. They improve balance and prevent falls. Do this every morning and every evening. Each movement only needs 1 or 2 minutes. You can sit in a chair, hold onto the side of the bed, or stand near a sturdy table. You don't need to do a lot, just be consistent, rhythmic, and gentle, as if you are calming your heartbeat. For these exercises to be most effective, there are a few small things to keep in mind. Exercise on an empty stomach or at least an hour after eating. Don't strain yourself, don't make sudden movements, and don't stretch beyond your limits. Combine this with deep breathing, as if you were having a conversation with your own body. Many people used to fear that movement would make their condition worse. But it is sitting still and being inactive that is the silent poison, gradually killing your muscles, joints, heart, and brain. If you've ever felt as stiff as a board when you wake up in the morning, then please leave a comment. I will rotate my joints and stretch every day starting today. Who knows, Maybe one gentle knee bend this morning will be the first step to regaining strong legs and the freedom to walk in the years to come. The fourth replacement, soaking your feet in warm water, a small evening habit that helps you sleep well. It also thins the blood and soothes aching joints. I once met an older gentleman named Bill in upstate New York, 76 years old. He suffered from high blood pressure and chronically cold feet. Every night, he would toss and turn because of knee joint pain. He told me, "I used to think only medicine could help me. But ever since I started soaking my feet in warm water with ginger and Epsom salt every night, it feels like I have my 40-year-old feet back." It might sound strange, but it makes perfect sense. Bill couldn't walk far, but just by soaking his feet for 15 minutes every evening, his body's biological rhythm changed. He slept deeper, his blood circulated better, his spirits were lifted, the cold feeling in his feet disappeared, and his skin became rosy again. The reason is that the feet are like the body's second heart. They're where over 60 reflexology points are concentrated, connecting to the heart, liver, kidneys, brain, and the entire nervous system. So when you soak your feet in warm water, at a temperature of around 104 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius, blood is drawn down to the feet, relieving pressure on the brain, calming the nerves, and relaxing blood vessels. In addition, salt has antiseptic and deodorizing effects. And ginger acts like an internal massage, pushing out cold air, warming the joints, and dissolving blood stagnation. The method is extremely simple. Take a gallon of hot water and mix it with about half a gallon of tap water to reach a temperature of around 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Add a handful of Epsom salt and 3 or 4 crushed slices of ginger. Soak both feet up to the ankles for 15 to 20 minutes. Dry them thoroughly. Keep your feet warm with light socks and don't expose them to cold drafts after soaking. If you do this consistently every evening, after just a few weeks, you will clearly feel your feet are no longer cold and achy, they swell less, and you'll fall asleep more easily without tossing and turning or being startled awake. Numbness and leg cramps will be noticeably reduced. Your knee and ankle joints will be more flexible the next morning. Soaking your feet is not just about caring for your feet, it's a ritual of self-love. It's like washing away the fatigue of the whole day, like telling your body, "Today we have lived fully. Now it's time to rest." If you have soaked your feet before but not regularly or have never tried it, please comment. Tonight, I will soak my feet with salt and ginger. Because it's possible that a small basin of warm water today will help you avoid a sleepless night, a day of fatigue, and a future of numbness and pain in the years to come. The fifth replacement, drink enough warm water and herbal tea every day. When you're dehydrated, your blood thickens, joints stiffen, legs go numb, and your brain feels foggy. Not everyone knows that as we age, the sensation of thirst also gradually diminishes. Many seniors assume that if they don't feel thirsty, their body has enough water. But in reality, inside, the blood is thickening bit by bit, the joints are drying out hour by hour, and organs from the liver to the brain are silently falling into a state of dehydration. That's why many people wake up with a heavy head, numb limbs, and knee pain like a lightning strike. It's not because of the weather or the food, but simply because the body has been dehydrated for a long time. I still clearly remember an 82-year-old man who lived in a rural area. His children bought him so many supplements, but he still complained of fatigue and a foggy mind. But after just 1 month of following my simple advice, to drink water evenly throughout the day, a glass of warm water upon waking, some ginger tea at noon, another glass of water in the afternoon, and a few sips of warm water before bed. He smiled brightly. "I feel so much lighter, no more numbness and aches, and I'm less forgetful." Water not only cools, but also lubricates joints, thins the blood, flushes out toxins, nourishes the skin, and protects the heart. For seniors, drinking water regularly is even more important than eating supplements. And when that water carries herbs like calming chamomile, detoxifying lemon peel, or anti-inflammatory ginger, each sip of water is like a precious medicine that doesn't need a prescription. You just need 6 to 8 glasses a day, divided into many small portions, sipped slowly. Prioritize warm water because cold water can constrict blood vessels, harm the stomach, and easily cause joint pain, especially for older adults. A small tip I often share: don't wait until you're thirsty to drink. Drink as if you are watering a precious garden. If you realize you have been forgetting to drink water or avoiding it for fear of nighttime urination, then please start again today. Simply, gently, but with great love for your body. And if you feel you need this, don't hesitate to leave a very short but decisive comment. I will drink enough water every day. Because sometimes, the revival of the body doesn't start from a clinic or a prescription, but from a single sip of warm water at the right time, with enough appreciation. You see, folks? With just the 5 simple things I've shared: getting sun every morning, eating the right foods, doing gentle exercises in place, soaking your feet at night, and drinking enough warm water for your body. Even if you don't walk, you can still be healthy with flexible joints, good blood circulation, and sound sleep, just like in the days before your legs grew tired and your knees ached. If you have watched this far, I want to congratulate you, because that means you are truly concerned about your own health and are ready to take action to live a long, healthy, and happy life. If you find these things helpful, please press the like button on this video and share it with your relatives and friends, the older adults around you, so they can also be revitalized every day by these very simple things. But there is something even more important. Even if you get sun at the right time, soak your feet in warm water and drink enough water. If you eat the wrong way, your bones will still become hollow like a rotten tree. Your blood will still thicken like mud, and your legs will still weaken step by step. There are types of eating that seem healthy but are silently eroding your spine, destroying your knees, and pushing your heart towards premature failure. Right now, I will share 5 extremely harmful eating habits that people over 60 need to avoid immediately, if you don't want to collapse unexpectedly without knowing the reason. Mistake number 1. Eating too much salt is like slowly pickling your own body every day. Many seniors in America have a habit of eating salty foods, from processed meats and canned soups to salty snacks and high-sodium sauces. And the danger lies in the fact that the body doesn't feel pain immediately, but it is silently being destroyed day by day. When you eat salty food, the excess sodium chloride forces the kidneys to work overtime to eliminate it. But over time, kidney function declines and cannot filter out all the sodium in the blood. What is the result? Calcium is pulled out of the bones and excreted through urine, making bones porous, brittle, and easy to break even from a minor fall. It increases blood pressure on the artery walls, leading to hypertension and a thickened heart wall. The risk of stroke increases many times over. It causes water retention in the joints, making limbs swell, joints stiff, and walking heavy and painful, especially in the morning. It destroys the protective layer of cartilage in the joints, increasing the risk of irreversible chronic arthritis. A single serving of canned soup can contain up to 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is almost the entire recommended daily allowance. And items like pickles, deli meats, or salty cured fish can cause sodium intake to exceed the recommendation by 2 or 3 times without the person even realizing it. The World Health Organization, WHO, recommends that people over 60 limit their salt intake to less than 5 grams a day, equivalent to 1 small teaspoon. But in reality, many seniors consume 7 to 10 grams a day, meaning they are gnawing away at their bones and eroding their blood vessels every day without knowing it. The scary part is that there are no clear signs until a bone breaks, the heart weakens, or the joints hurt so much you can't walk. And by then, it's too late to fix the mistake. If you've ever found yourself enjoying salty foods or always reaching for the salt shaker at meals, then today, please take a second look. And if this serves as a wake-up call for you, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I will cut back on salt to give my bones and heart a rest. Because sometimes, just a little less salt today can prevent a hospital stay tomorrow. Mistake number 2. Skipping breakfast is letting your body starve, your blood sugar drop, your legs weaken, and your mind become sluggish. Many older adults, because they don't want to bother with cooking, because they're tired, or because they think they don't do much so breakfast isn't necessary, gradually form the habit of skipping breakfast. But this is an extremely harmful mistake, especially for people over 60. After sleeping for 7 to 8 hours overnight, the body has used up almost all of its energy to maintain vital functions. If you don't refuel in the morning, your blood sugar will drop, causing a series of negative reactions. Your hands and feet may tremble, and your muscles will feel tired because they don't have enough energy to function. Dizziness and blurred vision make you more likely to fall, as the brain isn't receiving enough glucose. The digestive system becomes sluggish, and stomach acid is secreted without food to digest, causing gas and acid reflux. Chronic blood sugar dysregulation causes the body to release insulin erratically, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Your mind becomes foggy, your reflexes slow down, affecting your memory and making you easily confused or disoriented when you go out. Especially in seniors, the ability to balance blood sugar is weaker than in younger people. If you don't eat in the morning and your blood sugar drops suddenly, the risk of fainting, a mini-stroke, or a brief loss of consciousness is very real, especially for those with pre-existing conditions like heart disease or high blood pressure. The habit of skipping breakfast also disrupts the basal metabolic rate. The body starts to break down muscle for energy, reducing muscle mass. This leads to muscle atrophy, making it harder to stand up and sit down. A proper breakfast for a senior doesn't need to be complicated. Just a small bowl of hot oatmeal or grits, a boiled egg, a glass of warm soy milk or weak ginger tea, and a little soft fruit like a banana or papaya is enough to provide stable energy for the next 4 to 5 hours. If you've ever skipped breakfast regularly because you were busy, lazy, or thought it was unimportant, then right now, please leave a comment. Starting tomorrow, I will not skip breakfast anymore. Because sometimes, just one timely breakfast is enough to prevent a fall or a sudden dizzy spell when no one is around to help. Mistake number 3. Eating too little protein, which causes muscle atrophy, weak joints, unsteady legs, and a severely weakened immune system. One of the biggest reasons many seniors suffer from muscle loss, weakness, and slow walking without realizing it is a long-term diet deficient in protein. After the age of 60, muscle mass naturally begins to decline with age. If you don't supplement with enough protein each day, the body won't have the raw materials to maintain, repair, and rebuild muscle. The muscles gradually shrink and lose their strength, especially in the thighs, calves, and arms. This makes it difficult to sit down and causes you to tremble when you stand up, with each step feeling like you're carrying a heavy load. Not only are the muscles weak, but the joints also become loose. Because when the muscles aren't strong enough to support the joints, the ends of the bones bear direct pressure, leading to rapid degeneration and chronic joint pain. Even more dangerous, a long-term lack of protein weakens the immune system, making you more susceptible to infections, slower to heal, and wounds taking longer to close. Your skin wrinkles faster, your hair falls out more, your hormones become imbalanced, and you feel tired and lethargic for no clear reason. It also increases the risk of osteoporosis because weak muscles lead to bones that are more likely to break. In reality, many older adults avoid protein because they're afraid of gout or high cholesterol. But that's due to eating the wrong type of protein, not because all protein is bad. Good protein should come from small fish like sardines, where you eat the bones. One boiled egg a day is ideal. Steamed tofu, unsweetened soy milk, roasted sesame or chia seeds, walnuts, and small shrimp are all great sources. They provide both protein and calcium. You just need to eat them regularly in reasonable amounts. You don't need a lot, just enough and of the right kind, and your body will maintain a solid foundation. Strong muscles, strong joints, steady walking, and independent living until the end of your life. If you have ever been afraid of protein, avoided it too strictly, or only ate vegetables and white rice, then today is the time to reconsider. And if you feel this is a timely reminder, you can leave a comment. I will eat enough protein to make my legs stronger every day. Because when your muscles go, you don't just lose strength. You also lose control over your own life. Mistake number 4. Eating a lot of fried and oily foods. Excess oil is like pouring acid into your joints, destroying your blood vessels and inflaming your internal organs. Many seniors think that since they don't eat much, it's okay to enjoy crispy fried foods every day. They don't realize that just one piece of fried tofu, a slice of fried fish, or a spoonful of bacon grease is enough to make joints swell, blood thicken, fat seep into the liver, and damage the spine. When food is fried in oil at high temperatures, especially in reused oil, it produces extremely toxic substances like acrolein, aldehydes, free radicals, and trans fats. These are the invisible grim reapers for the health of seniors. They silently cause chronic arthritis and persistent pain because free radicals attack cartilage and soft tissue. They increase bad LDL cholesterol, making blood thick and arteries hard, which increases the risk of stroke. They cause fatty liver, damage the pancreas, and overwork the kidneys. They lead to fat accumulation around the abdomen, which slows down metabolism and makes a person more sluggish and sedentary. Even worse, for an older person, every time they eat fried food, it's like a flare-up for their joints. Fat clings to the heart and liver, legs feel tired, the back hunches faster, and blood pressure rises. And they might think it's just due to the weather, when in reality it's from that piece of crispy fried fish they ate yesterday. Therefore, to protect your joints, heart, and prolong your life, people over 60 need to minimize fried and oily foods in their daily diet. Don't reuse cooking oil. Prioritize steaming, boiling, stewing, and making soups. These methods preserve nutrients and avoid harmful free radicals. A clean diet, low in oil, doesn't make the body weak, on the contrary. It's the way to lighten your body, your joints, and your heart. If you used to think eating a little fried food was no big deal, now is probably the time to reconsider. Because sometimes that extra spoonful of oil is the last drop that makes the cup of health overflow. If you agree, please leave a comment. I will limit fried foods and choose a gentler way of eating for my joints and heart. Because sometimes, the flexibility of your legs doesn't come from an exercise routine, but from a light, clear soup and the empty frying pan from the day before. Mistake number 5, drinking too little water, which makes blood thick, the heart tired, joints dry, and the body like a cracked field in a drought. A great many seniors share a seemingly harmless habit, drinking very little water throughout the day. Some do it because they're afraid of waking up to use the bathroom at night, some forget, and some think if they're not thirsty, they don't need to drink. But that is precisely the mistake that is silently eroding every living cell in the body. When you are dehydrated, your blood thickens and moves more slowly through your vessels. As a result, the heart has to beat harder to pump blood throughout the body, leading to high blood pressure and premature heart failure. The joints lack lubricating fluid, so friction increases, causing pain and stiffness in the knees and spine. The kidneys work less efficiently and can't filter out all the toxins, which can lead to kidney stones and urinary tract infections. The brain doesn't get enough blood flow, leading to dizziness, insomnia, and memory decline. Not to mention, a dehydrated person will have dry skin, constipation, and feel sluggish and lethargic even if they eat well. This is because water is not just for quenching thirst. It is the flow of life, the vehicle for transporting nutrients, the lubricant for our joints, and the silent operator of every organ in our body. Statistics show that up to 70% of people over 65 do not meet their minimum daily water intake. This causes their bodies to fall into a state of mild dehydration without them even realizing it. So how much is enough? 6 to 8 glasses of water a day is ideal. Drink in small sips, spread evenly throughout the day. Prioritize warm water, especially in the morning and before bed. You can also have gentle herbal teas like chamomile, ginger, or mint to add flavor and support circulation. And if you're worried about nighttime urination, just limit your water intake after 7 p.m. and you'll be fine. Try to imagine a plant without water, it withers. So what happens to our body if it lacks water every day? Aching joints, thick blood, and a tired brain are the inevitable results. If this hits home for you, please comment with just one simple but sincere sentence. I will drink enough water every day to keep my body refreshed and light. Because sometimes, a timely sip of warm water is more valuable than an expensive prescription when illness has already arrived. My dear friends, you just need to make a few small adjustments to your daily diet. Less salt, no skipping breakfast, enough protein, limited fried foods, and enough water. And you will help your legs feel lighter, your joints ache less, your blood flow smoothly, and your mind stay sharp. And most importantly, you will avoid the silent daily risks like stroke, kidney failure, or osteoporosis and fractures. Health doesn't come naturally, it is the result of small daily choices, repeated over a lifetime. And if you have followed along this far, I believe you are truly serious about protecting yourself and your loved ones. If you find this information useful, please click the like button on the video and share it with your friends and family, so that other seniors can also avoid these mistakes and live more lightly and peacefully every day. But if you truly want to live a healthy, happy, and long life, eating right is not enough. There are 3 golden rules that I believe anyone over 60 needs to know if they don't want to be bedridden in their final years. These are not far-fetched ideas. They are very easy to do. If you can maintain them every day, the results can extend your life by a decade. Right now, I will share the full 3 simple yet powerful principles. The secret to helping seniors live to be 90 or 100 years old without medicine and without being dependent on anyone. The first principle: move gently every day. Don't let your body freeze up because of inactivity. There is a sad truth that few dare to face. Many people don't die from serious illnesses, but they die slowly in a state of immobility. When you enter your 60s, 70s, or 80s, your strength is not what it used to be. Many seniors are reluctant to move, sit in one place, and lie down a lot to save energy. But it is this very immobility that is the beginning of a total systemic collapse. Muscles atrophy, joints stiffen, blood stagnates, the heart weakens, lungs become congested, and the brain slows down. Why is this? Because the human body was made to move. The more you move, the better your blood circulates. When blood circulates well, the heart is strong, the brain is sharp, the skin is rosy, and the legs are steady. On the contrary, just sitting still for an hour without moving, your circulation already begins to slow down. Blood pools in the lower extremities, which can easily cause swelling and blood clots. This is especially dangerous for those with underlying heart conditions or diabetes. You don't need to jog, and you don't need to do fancy yoga or go to the gym. Just for every 60 minutes you sit still, get up and walk around the house for 3 to 5 minutes. Stretch your arms, rotate your neck, shake your wrists, and do a few gentle knee bends each day. Massage your arms and legs in the morning and evening. Make it a habit to walk a few laps around your yard after each meal. These small movements help activate muscles, maintain muscle mass, soften joints, and lubricate tendons and ligaments, which prevents degeneration. Most importantly, it helps blood flow evenly back to the heart, prevents blood clots, and significantly reduces the risk of stroke. One of the biggest fears of old age. Sitting for long periods, lying down too much, and being inactive is like a dull knife, slowly but surely cutting away at our life, day by day. Conversely, just a few small steps each day can push back a dozen major risks. If you feel this principle is worth applying starting today, please leave a comment. I will get up and move regularly every day. Because who knows, just standing up once today could be the first step that keeps you steady on your feet until you're 90 or 100 without needing anyone to help you. The second principle: eat enough, eat right, and eat on time to keep your body from collapsing from the inside. At age 60, the body no longer has the ability to self-regulate like it did in middle age. The digestive system is weaker and digestive enzymes decrease. Absorption slows down. If you don't know how to eat correctly, your body will no longer have the foundation to fight against aging. Every cell is like it's silently starving. There are 3 core things seniors need to remember: eat enough, eat right, and eat on time. It sounds simple, but most seniors get at least one of these 3 things wrong. Eating enough doesn't mean eating until you're full, but providing enough of the nutrient groups. protein, good fats, complex carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals. A meal of only white rice, with no vegetables and no protein, is an empty meal that makes the body weaker every day, without the materials to create new cells. Eating right means choosing foods that are appropriate for old age. Don't eat a lot of red meat. Replace it with small fish, tofu, eggs, and dark green vegetables. Eat soft, low-sugar fruits and limit canned and processed foods that are high in salt and sugar because they erode your internal organs over time. Eating on time means maintaining the body's biological rhythm. Skipping meals, eating late, and lying down right after eating. All of these make the liver, pancreas, and stomach work at the wrong times, creating toxins and disrupting metabolism. Especially eating dinner late, which keeps blood sugar high during sleep, is one of the silent causes of strokes in the middle of the night. Your diet is the life plan you feed into your body every day. If you make the wrong plan, sooner or later, the system will collapse. Please start today. Keep to 3 main meals, eat according to your biological clock, and take in enough nutrients, not just white rice and boiled vegetable water. If you feel this principle hits on a habit you currently have, please leave a comment. I will eat enough, eat right, and eat on time to be healthy from the roots up. Because sometimes it's not old age that makes people weak, but a diet that is out of sync, dragging the whole body into unstoppable chaos. The third principle, maintain a peaceful mind, get enough sleep, and avoid prolonged anxiety so you don't burn out your body from the inside. Modern science has proven that every prolonged negative emotion causes damage to a part of the body. People who are often anxious, angry, or insecure have a higher risk of high blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, nervous exhaustion, digestive disorders, chronic insomnia, and a weakened immune system. You can eat right, exercise regularly, and take your medicine properly. But if your mind is constantly filled with sadness and worry, your body will still silently collapse from within. The elderly need peace of mind not because they are weak, but because their nervous system has worn down over the years. Those sleepless nights, those times your heart pounds in the middle of the night, those cold hands from stress, all stem from a restless mind and an unquiet spirit. So how do you keep your spirit steady? Go to bed on time and get enough sleep. From 9:30 or 10 p.m. is ideal. Early sleep helps the liver, kidneys, and brain recover, and your mood will be more stable the next day. Create a relaxing pre-sleep routine. Turn off your phone, listen to soft music, soak your feet, massage your head, or simply take deep breaths for 3 minutes. Avoid too much negative news and pointless arguments. Make time for small joys, watering plants, listening to music, watching a comedy, calling your children or grandchildren, or writing down something good that happened during the day in a notebook. The most important thing is to forgive others and yourself. Because holding on to anger is like holding a hot coal and hoping someone else gets burned. The more a person can let go of worries, the more the body can heal itself. Thousands of studies show that seniors who maintain a positive attitude live longer, have fewer illnesses, and are especially less likely to suffer from dementia or stroke compared to those who are often sad and worried. If you've ever stayed up all night worrying or your heart pounded with anger, then today let yourself feel lighter. And if you can relate, please leave a simple comment. I will choose peace to live long and live happily. Because sometimes, true health is not found in a prescription, but in a soul that knows how to let go and how to smile. My dear friends, we cannot stop time from making our hair gray, our skin wrinkled, or our steps slower. But we can absolutely take the initiative to preserve our health, our spirit, and the quality of our own lives. Just by using 5 simple replacements for walking, avoiding 5 silent dietary mistakes that destroy health, and sticking to the 3 golden rules every day, you will hold the key to living long, living healthy, living happily, without being dependent on your children and without being bedridden in your final years. I truly appreciate it if you have watched until the very end. That shows that you not only care about your health, but are also someone who knows how to love and care for your own body and mind every day. If you find what I've shared to be useful, please click the like button on this video. Share it with your friends and family so that together we can live peacefully and meaningfully. And don't forget to leave a comment because it's not just feedback, but also a commitment to yourself. From today, I will live differently, better, healthier, and more joyfully.